in the future in the Great Kanto Desert. This desert is filled with hoodlums and criminals that will do whatever it takes to survive this dangerous region of Japan.
Honey, no!
Tasty!
Let my mommy go, you creep! Namiko!
How cute! I always wanted a family.
You can't get away from us. I think the best thing for you people to do is relax and let us take what we want. But even if you don't, we'll take it anyway.
But there's something far worse in this desert. There is a man known as the Demon of the Desert. A man who brings fear to those who stand in his path. He is a bounty hunter known as the Desert Punk.
Whoa! How's he flying around like that?
He's a demon! I knew it!
He's playing our souls! It's the Desert Punk!
But, like every Superman, he has his kryptonite. And that would be the opposite sex, women. And when they are involved, his job gets a bit of a real handful. And believe me, he definitely wants to get a real handful of, well, you know.
Thanks to you, all of my precious possessions have been destroyed, leaving me with nothing. Like my Zero-type helmet I just had repaired, my Desert Subsistence OS and Life Continuum air module, and the shotgun that was a keepsake from my father!
Shut it! Put your hands up! You're gonna pay for what you did.
You stupid, ugly, smelly, manipulative, rich piece of evil! I'll never forgive you. Die!
What the hell are you doing? You little freak! Get off of me! I hate you! Get your hands off of me!
Please let me shoot them, sir.
Here goes!
No! Give that back!
Give what back? This little key here? Come and get it! Suckers!
So this is an action comedy anime, created by Masatoshi Usune, and directed by Takayuki Inagaki, who worked on animes like Rosario Vampire. This anime is a great mixture of laughter, action, and adventure. The humor in this anime is just downright dirty, gross, and full of sexual antics that will make you laugh out loud. Not to mention that it has some really cool and clever action scenes. As for the characters, every single character in this anime is a hoot, and they will make you laugh your lungs out. As for the main character himself, Desert Punk, he's my kind of guy. Not the kind of guy you want to introduce your kids to, but still awesome. I mean, sure, there are characters in this anime that constantly make fun out of him for his stupidity, perversity, and his failures. But trust me when I say this, you're better off being his friend, but not his enemy.
Is that the Desert Punk?
He's smaller than I expected. I've heard stories about him. Some people say that he's nothing but the desert sand wrapped tight in those clothes. The whole thing really creeps me out, you know?
You're twice his size. Calm down already.
Shit! He's looking right at us!
Then shoot him, you moron! Shoot him!
Would someone please shoot back at this jerk?
What a bunch of freaking morons! You guys don't have what it takes in the gray matter department if you're going to take me down. You have to be smarter!
The animation was done by Takahiro Yoshimatsu, who worked on animes like Trigun and Ninja Scroll the series. Now I have to admit, I was actually surprised that this was actually Mr. Yoshimatsu's work, because it looks nothing like the previous animes that he has worked on. But I guess that's sort of a good thing, because it really shows his talent as a character designer. And the background designs look great as well. Both use a mixture of 2D and CG animation. And they even used live action footage for one of the openings, which is really impressive. Unfortunately, there are moments where the animation movements do become sloppy and choppy.
Gee, it must be tough for you at this age. I mean, with you being so small, you know. Oh, I didn't mean the size of your breasts. You know, having big hands is not all that great. It really can be quite tiring on the shoulders. When you run, they're always flopping around and hitting you in the face. One time I busted my own lip jogging. I'm so worried they're gonna sag. I do these all the time. They say this exercise builds up the muscles under your jugs and keeps them from losing their cantaloupe-like firmness. What the heck's your problem, kid?
Pretty soon they'll be sagging like Kaizuka's hacky sack.
You foul-mouthed little cowbag! What's that big dumb stupid head been teaching you anyway?
Stuff!
This tastes like ass, you waste of space. Make something that's actually food.
Yes, sir.
The voice acting for both English and Japanese dub was pretty good. Both the English and Japanese dub was just amazing. Although I have to say, the English dub has a bigger potty mouth, which makes the anime even funnier. Also, there are two voice actresses who really got my attention in this anime. Tomoko Kotani and Lucy Christian. I find Tomoko Kotani's role as Junko much better because her high-pitched voice really adds to the sexual charm of her character. As for Lucy Christian, who plays that little redhead girl, to me, this was her perfect role. Because you see, she does the one thing that she is good at, and she does the other thing that she sucks at, that she made it even better in this role. Okay, let me explain. You see, Lucy is really good at doing comedy. That's one of her strong points. But one of her downfalls is when she plays action roles. To me, no role that I've seen her, which she does action, really stands out. But here, as an action comedic role, this was totally made for her. It's her finest performance yet.
You're saying you didn't see me following you? You gotta be completely worn out. I wasn't trying to dodge you. After all, you did almost die out here in the desert, Master. And then just to make everything worse, after collapsing, you were saved by your longtime loser rivals, the Sleazy Machine Gun Brothers.
Aren't you well informed?
Of course, I know all about my master.
Which isn't gonna be me, so why don't you just scurry on home?
Not a chance. I'll follow you wherever you go to prove my unflinching loyalty.
Why the hell do you want to be my apprentice anyway?
Well, that's simple. I want to become stronger than any man and more beautiful than any woman known to man. I want to be intelligent and quick-witted and destroy all the bad guys on the earth. Someday I'll be the prettiest and mightiest chick in the Great Kanto Desert. No one will screw with me. It's great. I can picture myself gorgeous. Huh? Hey, hold up! Wait for me, Master! Oh.
The music was done by Kohei Tanaka, who worked on animes like One Piece. Most of the music over here is pretty much jazz and really upbeat music. Now for the opening and ending music. The first opening and ending music has this great upbeat jazz feel to it that makes you want to get into action. They even translated pretty much every single music into English, and I have to admit, it is almost very similar to the Japanese dub, which is really impressive. And then there's the second opening and ending music, which is without a doubt the biggest buzzkill to the anime that I've ever heard. It's kind of all romantic and stuff, and it's really doesn't set in very well with the anime. For me, putting all this romantic music just really doesn't fit in with this action-packed anime. It's biggest buzzkill ever.
Let's do it. You an angel. The time has come to stand and be strong. It's a sad history, living in a big story. That is the mystery. There's no way now of knowing about what tomorrow holds for me. So I'll just keep moving on, living till the moment's gone.
In the end, Desert Punk is a desert storm of comedy and action that will just blow you away. So, that's my review of Desert Punk. I give this anime a 4 out of 5. See ya!